Welcome to Landrianka on YouTube, the channel where, well, our goal is to break through our fears and to start living the life that is possible right now. It is possible right now, right at this very moment. Others have done it spontaneously, and some of us, we need to make it a journey, a goal. There's nothing wrong with that. We're striving so hard to feel good. I want to feel good. And we look to the outside world, and then we look inside, and then we still point fingers at each other. And I want to talk to you today about that. All right. So I just want you to understand that as human beings, coming here in the format that we did, which is a lower frequency, taking on the challenges that we did, and that is not having the memories of what we come from, of the existence prior to coming into this body. Although I know there are some of you out there that have some kind of idea about that, or have some clear pictures about past lives and whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the density of being a human being. There's an experience here that we all signed up for, and that's part of the package, is not having all the information. So what does that mean? I want you to understand something. You can study this till you take your last breath on this planet, and you will not be able to comprehend fully, while you're in this timeline, in this body, not fully comprehend what we are and the whole universal equation. Why? Not because you don't have the capabilities to do that, but in this format, you've been limited. So the whole point, there he is, there's Koo, baby Koo, welcome. The whole point of this human format is to break past the density of it, not to try and solve or find out what the answers to the universe are, because that keeps changing constantly. And I'll tell you what it really boils down to. We're one energy coming from one perfect, beautiful source, and who knows what that is? Who knows how much higher that goes and how much it expands? It's perfect and beautiful, uncorrupted. But it is also what we are all a part of. We are. And it is us experiencing ourselves, the one. We do know this because everything is one thing. We do know that. Everything is connected. What does that mean? That means that everything that's created, every situation, every dark side, every negative situation, every beautiful act, every wonderful thought is all still coming from one energy, and that is us. We are one thing. The dark side is not separate. How can it be? Only one source created everything. The dark side didn't separate itself, and it's battling the light side. That's impossible, because we are connected. We're one source. And how can something be separate from the thing that created it? It can't. It is one thing. Now there's separate free will within this energy, this source. Just know that. So what does that mean? This is the key right here. No matter what individual choice you make, or individual choice that the darker entities, darker energies may make when they come on this planet, we're still one thing. And whatever they do is you. It's a facet of you. So when you sit and you condemn another, you're still separating yourself. All right, so this is going to be a little bit difficult for some of you to comprehend, because you can just, like I said, the human brain cannot comprehend this fully. It just isn't capable. It's not functioning on that level. It's not until you blow past that, when your energy expands into the one, that you'll start to understand these things better, right? And some of you have done that. Some of you have a full understanding. And then others are trying to put everything in a box and say, this is this, and they're like this, and they're like this, and this is that. We don't have those answers. We know that we are one beautiful thing, and that is where the pain comes from, because we know that is who we are, and that's not what we're feeling when we come here. So there's a sadness, there's a frustration of wanting to go back to that. So we are striving as humans who've become very lost and dense through the years, gotten worse until recently, striving for the material world because we don't understand how to get out of this pain. So we seek the things, and it feels good, and we think, oh, that's the answer. And then when that wears off, we seek more outside worldly things. Now, the toughest thing that everybody has to do at some point, if they want to elevate their frequency, is to release all of that. Well, no, I don't want to give up my stuff. You don't have to give up your stuff. When you go to that place of total euphoria, the stuff doesn't matter anymore. You actually don't need it to be happy. And the funny part about that is then that's when everything flows to you. You'll have mind-blowing things happen and opportunities come to you because you're no longer looking at it in a negative way. You see, when you're striving for something to make you happy, that's a negative message. It is actually a lower frequency. It's, I'm unhappy, I have lack. That thing will make me happy. We're all one thing. You have access to all of this stuff all the time. It's how you're believing and thinking and going about it. So I don't want to teach you methods to manifest. You're doing it right now. I want to give you the tools to create that total peace within yourself that stops the suffering, that stops the poverty, that stops the bad relationships, the bad health. All of that goes away because you're no longer connected to the density, you're connected to the higher realms. And there is all healing, all love, all joy there. And that's what you are. So the focus for us as humans here is to break through that. And yes, experience being human. Experience the pain and the joy and all the things it is to be human in a positive way. Saying, okay, ooh, what is this? You know, sit with it for a while. Just experience it without naming it. Without saying, I don't want this. Don't fight anything. Because this is, and you are. A total acceptance of that is going to bring that peace. Now, here's what I really want to focus on today in this video. If you're still separating yourself from others, then you just totally didn't get the point. If you're still thinking that you are the spiritual person and that those, radicals or people with guns or, those factions in, for the United States, there'll be people that we think of as, total enemies to us. They are us. They're a piece of us. And our challenge is to move past all of that, is to bless them. See, they are not separate from us. They're another piece of us expressing itself on a very low frequency of fear and hate and based on beliefs and things that they've been told. And until now I'm not saying you have to approve. This is not about saying, well, I approve of that and it's okay. It doesn't have to be okay for you. But when you understand and have the compassion for that person, that they are in a different place and that they can become enlightened just as quickly as the person who's been on the spiritual path their whole life. In fact, sometimes that is the biggest opportunity to, boom, come out of it, because sometimes you're in such a deep, dark, dense place that when that door opens, it's total euphoria. So we should never judge anything, because that's like saying we have the answers and we don't. We just know we're one thing, and we know that whatever I do and think and feel is going to affect every single one of you on the planet. Everything, this little kitty cat here, my little baby coo, when you have feelings, animals pick up on them. That's not just an animal thing, that's an us thing. So your individual choices, yes, will affect you. And through that, you're affecting me and all of the energy on the planet. And there will be people who stop picking up guns. There are people that stop wanting to separate themselves from others. There are going to be people that stop hating, and that includes the ones that think they're right against the ones with the guns. There's hate going on there. What's that? That's the you're doing something wrong and I'm right again. So the reasons are irrelevant at that point, because if there is still a negative feeling toward an other, then you're still separating yourself and you're not getting it. We're one thing and we have to start functioning as one thing, and this whole planet's not functioning properly or like ultimately to its full potential because we're still separating ourselves. That's it. Seriously. When we elevate our frequency, the other energy comes up. Fact. Energy will rise. And that those who aren't even thinking of this stuff will start to feel differently. They'll be prompted to do certain things, to start changing their thinking. Their thinking will start to change. They'll start to get different ideas or maybe different opportunities will come to them because we're opening up gateways. So you're watching this, and I know that you're part of that movement that is getting this stuff, that understands that we have a big responsibility, and that's what we came here for. We didn't come here to get the big house and the car. You're going to get all that stuff if you shift into this higher frequency, this beautiful connection to what you are that has absolutely no limits, that can think of something and it will show up. Literally. I know, I've done it. When I'm in that space, I know it, I feel it. I have no negative feelings for anything or anybody. I feel so empowered. My body just shakes with energy. It's like electricity going through it because I know that I have expanded beyond that body, of which I am anyways. I am everything. But I'm so connecting to it and the density's falling away, and then I realize that all pure, beautiful thoughts and intentions count, and that I need to direct my intentions and my thoughts toward all that is positive for all of us. And if that includes prosperity and abundance for myself and health, of course it does, because you are me. So when I'm healthy and happy and abundant, that will affect you too. So don't discount that. But if that's just your focus, then you're focused on you as an individual and not the greater whole. If you're wishing that for this planet, I'm not wishing it for those people over there that, blow us up, that think we're the enemy. Well, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. Because that's a big job to say, okay, they are me. That's a part of me experiencing myself. Just in a different role play here. Neither good nor bad, just an experience that will eventually make its way back to the one. But wouldn't it be nice if we all could? Because that opportunity is available to everybody, and not everybody's going to go to that next dimension. By the way, the earth has transitioned. If you're not feeling it, it's time to let go of anything negative and restricting. I know I get a lot of comments from you guys and you want to defend what you're doing. Well, okay, the gaming, let's talk about it. You know who you are, the gaming. Well, there is violence and blowing up, but we're learning life lessons. Can you stop telling yourself stories, excuses so that you can keep the addiction to violence going? Because it is. You're programming yourself. Every time you see something or somebody killed, even if it's in a game, that is energy that you are connected. That is energy. That is not a game sitting over here and you're separate from it. That's energy and you're connecting to it and you're allowing that in. Especially if you're the one blowing something up, even if you're defending yourself in the game. Let's be really honest. Nobody plays those games to learn life lessons. You want life lessons? Shut it down. Here's a life lesson. Do you have the strength and power, of course you do, to shut it down? There's a challenge for you. Can I shut the news off? Can I stop watching the negative programs? Can I stop playing the negative games? Can I stop eating the junk? Can I stop eating things that are wasteful or negative or hurtful to animals or whatever? Making smarter choices. There's a life lesson. That's a big one, because you can't just sit in a chair and blow somebody up. You actually have to physically make the effort and feel what that feels like. To not eat the junk food, to not put the chemicals in your body, to not eat something that has been farmed, that has been hurt and died in fear because there is disregard for that life. We have some big decisions to make. I know, it's like, well, I don't want to give that up. There are options for you in everything in your life that doesn't have to be painful, right? In fact, when you stop and eliminate all of those negative energies that are attached to you, that are part of you because you're connecting to it, oh my gosh, beautiful things will start to happen to you. And it does count that what you eat, how clean your place is, are you organized? Is your life cluttered? Are you, getting involved in gossip, getting involved in the garbage that's going on? Or are you taking that time to clear that mind, to do some meditation, to maybe watch some wonderful programs? I watch Gaia. And there's stuff on Gaia about, conspiracy theory kind of things. I don't watch those. If I feel that it's informative and it's interesting and when that feels good. If you're watching things that instill fear in you, you're separating yourself from others. That means that there's something going out there that's separate from you, then you're afraid of it. It's not separate from you. So, can you stop looking at the other? You are the other. You're looking at yourself. You're looking at yourself right now. You and I are the same energy. We just have a little variation going on that allows us to have fun with this energy role that we possess in this body and this false timeline. It's real to us, right? Have fun with it. Do good things. Send your light and love every day to the planet. It makes a difference if you do that. And we are changing things, by the way. But the planet is spewing out some stuff back to us. Everything that we've put in, the earthquakes, all that stuff, is a direct response to what we've been doing. Shouldn't be a surprise. So if we continue to fight each other, nothing will ever change. That's been history of this planet. Nothing will ever change. And when we have compassion and we send that out and we do what we can and we stop fighting one another and opposing things or fighting drugs and fighting cancer and whatever, what if we started healing ourselves and finding ways to do that and connecting to things that have nothing to do with the pharmaceuticals or nuking our bodies to kill something that's natural in us, that's just imbalanced because we created that illness. You are that powerful. You are the one. That is not blasphemous. That is not disrespectful. In fact, that's the empowering messages that were given throughout the Bible, that these things you shall do and more. And more. In other words, you have that same power. I'm demonstrating to you that you do. When do you start believing it? When you believe, you will receive. And it is true. Same message. You can turn on 100 different YouTube channels and we're all going to tell you a variation of the same thing. You have the power. I can't do it for you. When you stop looking at your parents and going, well, they said this and they said that, then I'm saying, you know what? Boy, there will always be somebody who's going to irritate you or say something that you don't agree with. But that opposition to it says that it's affecting me. I'm allowing it to bring my energy down. And then you're judging them, that they're wrong. You look at them and say, you know what? They're allowed. They're allowed to speak and act in whatever way they choose in this lifetime. And I'm allowed and empowered to react to whatever way I want to. And when I stop reacting negatively toward that, then I know I've mastered that. Then I know I've mastered that. And then I realize that they are part of me. They're one. We're one. And you send them blessings, and you may notice that maybe they're a little kinder. Maybe they start to look at themselves, they're like not getting that reaction. Oh, see, sometimes they love a good fight, right? Right now you might be thinking, yeah, they love a good fight, and you're still thinking that way, that they're wrong and you're right. You chose those roles and challenges for a reason. Start doing what you're supposed to do, because I'm going to tell you right now, we're heading to the end of a cycle, and you have an opportunity to be something so great that it's not even comprehensible by the human brain. And let go of the petty crap, the judging, the I have all the answers, they're wrong, but they're doing, yeah, welcome to the planet. They're allowed to do it just like you are. And why is your judgment against somebody any worse than somebody physically harming another? Because you can never really hurt anybody. It's only what that a person allows in that creates the pain, the suffering. I know. I'll probably have a couple people get really riled over this one, because you just don't believe it. You just don't believe we all are that powerful. And then nothing can harm you. Nobody can say anything or even physically hurt you to the point where it can damage your pure, beautiful light. Only that energy of the ego that you allow to rule you is what reacts in a negative way. And when you are willing to let that go, nothing can harm you. It's all just part of a scenario being played out. Yeah, some of it's tough. Congratulations, you took on a big, awesome friggin' opportunity to be something wonderful and break through it and say, I'm done with that. I feel so free now, so free. And now I know what I am. And I'm going to send that beautiful energy out to others and let them know that's what they are too, without pushing anything on them, just saying, you know what, you're just beautiful. And the sourpuss that you see in the grocery store, smile at them and say, you know what, you can go in line in front of me. It's okay. I'm not in a hurry. Or, can I help you with that? Put that into your cart. It might be it might be an angel that you're helping there that smiles and said, good job. Good job. Another test that you were using to become better as a human being. We are one. Anything that you do against another is you're doing to yourself. And that may be why some of you cannot elevate your energy, because you're still attacking and thinking negatively toward others, and you're actually doing it to yourself. That's what it boils down to. And that energy will come back to you. It is you. It doesn't take a while. It happens immediately. It's all simultaneous, all happening at the same time. You can change all those timelines. You can change the results of anything. It's up to you. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Say that mantra every day. It brought somebody back from death and healed them. I got that from the Master Key system. I like it because, hey, it worked for somebody else, and it also helped heal other people. Then I thank the One for all of this, all that I am, and all of this opportunity that I have at this moment on this linear time to help take this planet to a new level. I'm so thankful that I was given this task, and you have it too. You're part of that. And you don't have to go out and be some big guru. You can do it every day with your thoughts. You are empowered. You are beautiful. You are a perfect light being. Let that shine. Namaste.